Once upon a time, in a quiet little village tucked between sleepy hills and whispering trees, there lived a boy named Milo. He was gentle, thoughtful, and curious, especially about the night sky. Every evening, Milo would press his nose against his window and gaze at the moon. It looked like a glowing coin floating in the sky, lighting up the rooftops and painting silver lines across the trees. But sometimes, when the wind howled or the shadows stretched long across his room, Milo felt a little scared. The dark seemed too big, too quiet. One night, as the moon beamed softly through his window, Milo had an idea. What if I could keep a little bit of the moon with me, he thought. Then I'd never be afraid again. So the next morning, Milo found an old glass jar in the attic, just the right size, he thought. That night, he opened the jar wide, held it up to the sky, and whispered, "Dear moon, please shine into my jar." Then he quickly closed the lid tight and placed the jar carefully under his bed. He did this every night. Open. Catch. Close. Hide. And every morning, he would check, but the jar always looked empty. After a week, Milo sighed. "Why won't it work?" he muttered, holding the jar up to the light. That evening, when his grandma came in to tuck him under the covers, she noticed the jar. "What's that for, sweetheart?" she asked, smoothing his hair. "I wanted to catch some moonlight," Milo said quietly. "So I wouldn't be scared when it's dark." His grandma smiled and turned off the lamp. The room was dim, but not frightening. Moonlight spilled through the window, washing over his blanket like a warm wave. "Milo," she whispered, "the moon doesn't need to live in a jar to help you. Its light is always there, even when you don't see it. And you've been brave all along." Milo blinked. "Really?" She nodded. "Bravery isn't about never being scared. It's about knowing the light will always come back." That night, Milo placed the jar on his windowsill, open wide, and let the moonlight dance through the glass. From then on, whenever the dark crept in, Milo didn't reach under his bed. He looked out the window and smiled, knowing the moon was still watching over him, free, glowing, and always near. My friend, some light is meant to be shared, not stored. And sometimes, the bravest thing we can do is trust that we are never truly alone in the dark. Once upon a time, in a cozy mountain village, there was a little lantern named Luna. Every night, the villagers would light Luna and place her on the tallest post in the square. Her soft golden glow helped travelers find their way and made everyone feel safe. Luna loved her job. She felt proud to shine in the dark, guiding others and lighting up the night. But one stormy evening, a strong gust of wind blew Luna right off the post. She tumbled down the hill, past trees and stones, until she landed deep in the woods, alone and far from home. At first, Luna was scared. "What can a little lantern do in a big, dark forest?" she whispered. But then, she saw something. A squirrel huddled under a log, shivering. Luna flickered her light to warm it up. The squirrel smiled. Next, she noticed a baby bird calling for its mama. Luna lit up the nearby tree so the mother bird could find her baby. One by one, animals of the forest gathered near Luna, drawn by her gentle light. She helped them feel safe, just like she did in the village. As the sky cleared, a group of villagers came searching for Luna. When they found her surrounded by the animals, they were amazed. "Luna, you didn't get lost," said a little girl named Ellie. "You found a new place where your light was needed most." That night, the villagers built a second post for Luna, this time, at the edge of the forest. And every night after that, she lit both the village and the woods, reminding everyone that even when you're far from where you started, you can still shine and do good. Lesson: even when life takes you somewhere unexpected, you can still make a difference.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom that only appeared at night, there lived a young princess named Leora. She had hair like moonlight and a laugh that made flowers bloom, even in the dark. Every evening, when the stars came out, her kingdom would rise from the mist. But there was one rule: if the starlight crown atop the castle ever lost its glow, the kingdom would disappear forever. One night, the crown dimmed. The stars flickered nervously. "The magic is fading," whispered the royal owls. Princess Leora was brave and kind. "Then I will find the last light," she said. With her fox friend, Fen, she ventured into the forest of forgotten wishes. There, she met a grumpy star named Micah, stuck in a tree. "I fell during a storm," said Micah, "and no one came to find me." "But I did," smiled Leora. "You still shine." She carried Micah all the way back to the castle tower. As soon as the star touched the crown, it burst into radiant silver light. The sky sang. The stars danced. And the kingdom glowed brighter than ever. That night, as she curled up in bed, Leora whispered to the stars, "No light is ever truly lost. Sometimes, it just needs to be found." Once upon a time, high in the sky, lived a little cloud named Lily. She was small, fluffy, and bright, but unlike the other clouds, Lily didn't know where she belonged. The big clouds floated together in stormy teams. The thin clouds danced high with the wind. The dark clouds made rain to help the flowers. But Lily? She was just floating. "I'm not big enough to make rain," she sighed. "I'm too low to dance with the wind. What am I even for?" Lily tried everything. She puffed herself up, too puffy. She raced the wind, too dizzy. She even followed a rainbow, hoping it would lead her to a purpose. But it faded before she could ask. One evening, the sun began to set. The sky turned golden and pink. As the light touched Lily, something magical happened. She glowed. Her soft fluff shimmered in colors of peach and rose. Down below, a little boy looked up and smiled. "Look, Mommy. That cloud is beautiful." Lily blushed, if clouds can blush. For the first time, she felt noticed. That night, more people looked up. They took photos, pointed, and smiled. "What a lovely sunset," they whispered. "That cloud makes the sky look like a painting." Lily finally understood. She didn't have to be big, or fast, or rainy. She just had to be herself. And every evening after that, she waited for the sun to say goodbye, because that's when she could shine her brightest. Moral of the story: you don't have to be like everyone else to be special. Sometimes, just being yourself is exactly what the world needs.
Once upon a time, high above the earth in a fluffy white cloud, lived a curious little raindrop named Ria. Ria loved listening to stories from older raindrops about the world below the mountains, rivers, forests, and oceans. But Ria was scared. "I don't want to fall," she said. "What if I never come back? What if I get lost?" The older drops just smiled. "Falling isn't the end," said one kindly drop. "It's just the beginning of something wonderful." One breezy morning, the cloud rumbled and shook. It was time. One by one, the raindrops began their descent to earth. Ria trembled, but a soft breeze whispered, "Be brave, little one." And so, with a deep breath, Ria let go. She fell through the sky, spinning and giggling, until plop, she landed gently on a bright green leaf. The leaf welcomed her with a sparkle. From there, Ria slid into a stream. She flowed past stones, under bridges, and through meadows filled with dancing flowers. She met fish, frogs, and even a family of ducks. "This is amazing," she laughed. Eventually, the stream led Ria to a great wide river, and then, at last, to the endless ocean. Ria marveled at its size. "Will I stay here forever?" she wondered. But the sun had other plans. It shone gently on Ria, lifting her back into the sky as warm mist. Up and up she floated, back into the clouds where her journey began. "I'm home," Ria cheered. The old raindrops smiled. "See, You were never lost. Every drop has a journey and every journey has a purpose. Sometimes we're scared to let go or try something new. But just like Ria, we all have a journey to take, and it's filled with beauty, wonder, and the chance to grow.